And I'm Mental. And we are Everyone Racers. And welcome to a you knew it was going to be Oldsmobile 403 episode of our podcast. The Oldsmobile 403 was a 6.6 liter V8 produced from 1977 to 1979, known for its massive bore, produced good torque at low RPMs, making it popular in vehicles like the Oldsmobile Tornado. But most importantly, the Pontiac Trans Am. In an era when all GM divisions were ordered to use the small block, Pontiac still kept cranking out TAs with that mighty 403, a shaker hood scoop, and emblazoned with a 6.6 liter and the famous flaming bird on the hood. And if that doesn't make you proud to be an American, nothing will.
Oh, I didn't know about an Oldsmobile 403.
I'm trying to figure out a way to make a joke about what else is known for its massive bore. But I think.
You know what else is known for its massive bore and a flaming bird?
Careful.
Hey,
like
listeners,
I said,
if you know something that's known for its massive bore and flames, put it in the comments.
What did it really do?
All right. So we've got them working on Smart Aleck comments. What are you guys working on?
Chris is working on a car. Go.
I've been working on the Lotus.
It's funny because it says Lotus packing. If you take the comma out of that, completely different phrase.
True.
Yeah.
Trying to get the Lotus to be operable enough to drive itself on and off of a car carrier. Mostly the off part, because there's no way that a car transport is going to get up our street unless it's one car. So it's going to have to drive itself from wherever it is, or we're going to have to rent a U-Haul trailer or tow it with a rope, depending on how far it is. So I'm really
is the race trailer not going to be emptied when it gets to Colorado?
No. The race trailer is not only full of Mazda, but so many parts. It was going to take us about an hour to get stuff out of it. And we don't necessarily have a place for all those things. So yeah, it's not, no. So I'm
anyway.
Get it running.
You have a second bedroom.
Yeah.
Had I known that,
we have
I would have
space.
left my borrowed open trailer in Colorado. So you guys could have done that, and I would have gotten slightly better gas mileage coming home from HPR.
Oh, yeah, we could have done that.
trailer is $60 for the day, and that's fine. If that's the worst case scenario. Because again, trying to get it operable, and I have been unsuccessful so far. But this car has sat for 20 years. It clearly was
project.
Somebody was tinkering around in the fuel system at some point recent, when they were working on it. It's a 97 Miata mechanically. The prior owner put a 99 head and intake manifold on it because it's a power upgrade. And it's got a flying Miata fuel rail and an AEM fuel pressure regulator. This guy didn't skimp on the quality of the parts. I have compression. I have oil pressure. It'll turn over. It appears to have spark because I can pull a spark plug off, stick it on the header and crank, and I see spark, but okay. And it has it has fuel at the rail. I put in only now because I put a new fuel pump on it. The old fuel pump was completely seized of the varnished fuel. That's what I traced to what it is. It's from a late 80s Mercedes S-Class. So I could get another one of those, but I had a Welber 255 external on the shelf downstairs from the old Civic as a spare. So I used that with some new fittings from Amazon. That took them 3 tries to get me the right one. Got that in.
What the hell? Right? The same bag, the same number, and they were
different parts.
Massively different parts.
Three different. I ended up with 3 different ones. All of them had the same part number.
Sending me back to
stuck
stupid
to the bag.
UPS. Here's this part doesn't work. Back to UPS.
What seller was this on Amazon? Because it sounds like they suck.
Know. It's the only one that could get me it in a day or two.
And we just kept doing it every day.
Took 4 days. So
after the first time that it was wrong, I ordered
all of
2, and they were different, but one of them was correct. So I took pictures of both of them in the bag, sealed, with the part number label stuck on them, and showing that they were very different parts. And
was this your best work?
Was
this your best work? No.
But anyway, I got one that works. Fuel pumps in. I cleaned out the fuel system. It pumps. It's a return fuel system, so it pumps back to the tank. It's all fine. It's got 40 psi at the rail. Okay, wasn't starting. Why is it not starting? I don't know. What's in? It's got 12 volts at all the injectors. The way the ECU fires them is it grounds them. All right, well, it's got 12 volts at all of them. I took each injector out. I put 12 volts to them. They click open and close, no problem. I put air pressure behind them and did 12 volts to them. They open right up and the residual fuel spurts out in a good pattern. Like, okay, injectors are working in theory. One thing I did find was that the intake manifold plenum, there's two pieces of the intake manifold, there was no gasket between them. So that was likely a significant vacuum leak. And this is an AFM system, so it doesn't like vacuum leaks after that. So I have a gasket that's coming here tomorrow. I got a new coil pack coming tomorrow just to rule that out. So I'm really trying to get this stupid thing to run just to go on the trailer. But I've told the shipping agent I'm working with, like, well, let's just call it non-operational for now. And if it gets running, that's great.
Woo-hoo.
So we're working on getting those shipped as well. And all the other things going along moving that we've been doing, et cetera. But I've actually done car work in trying to get the Lotus running, and I've been packing up the garage a lot and stuff. Anyway, Ansel, you've been doing all kinds of things lately. What have you been doing?
So I just got back from the 24-hour race at HPR, and we are going to talk about that in just a few minutes. It was just an absolutely fantastic time. You guys are moving out there. You've been to that track. It's a great track, great audience that just shows up at that race. And then, we get people from all over that come and race HPR, and Glenn and the whole staff at HPR. They always just make that event so much fun. And driving, drove out there, judged 24 hours, stayed in the RV, drove home, got home 7:30 Monday morning with every intention, got out of the shower to go to work, and texted my boss and said, nope, I'll see you tomorrow. And he said, okay. Then I am prepping to head to NCM. By the time you are listening to this, I will be on a plane to Cincinnati, but because for reasons I cannot understand, there is no flight from Las Vegas to Nashville for like less than $1,100. And I don't like Tennessee.
Top of their route, apparently.
Did you book late? Or
I've been
aren't?
looking for like a month and just nothing. So I'm going to Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati.
It's 3 hours versus like like almost 2. It's meh.
Yeah.
And we the area behind my garage, we've got these old, desert trees that are very aggressive, and we've been trying to keep them pruned, and we've had enough. So I had to clean all that out because the tree guys are coming also on Thursday to just absolutely tear all that out and then grind the stumps. And I think I might just have it concrete over, make that a proper storage area, put a cover on it.
Keep going. Scorched earth on that area. Got it.
Well, I want to correct you and say not scorched earth, storage area, which we're saying the same thing. We
right?
really
That's
are.
not good.
Yeah.
Storage area to you means I can get more cars that can live behind the truck.
Oh, no. There's not enough space back there for more cars.
Oh, okay. Oh,
this is the
Car
area
parts,
behind
though.
my garage is like the area under your deck.
car parts and tires and wheels and
Mhm. Oh, except
Half-
That is
crackheads can
literally
steal
what is
things.
back there. Parts.
what'd you
wheels,
say?
There's
a
crackheads
Formula
can
V
steal stuff
carcass.
out there. You got to
Yeah.
be careful.
Where the crackheads can steal stuff from. Yes. You might have to put the bar.
I feel like any crackhead that comes back there is probably going to leave me a couple of bucks. Feel bad for me,
I didn't know that's how that worked.
Man,
Wow.
this guy's in bad shape, man.
Yeah,
Oof,
I'll
he's
just
got a
slip-
monkey on his back.
I'll slip you some for these parts.
I left you some crack.
That too. Instead of trying to get some from you, like I'm gonna
You
take.
need this more than I do.
Yeah. But some guy's gonna come by in like an ill-fitting suit, in a couple of weeks. Hey man, I just wanted you to know, I'm getting my life together. After I saw your storage area, I realized that was a path I don't want to go down.
I see what the bottom looks like.
Oh my
Now.
goodness. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I quit my job yesterday. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool.
You're
fuck
cool.
you, fuck you.
So I said to like many people, it'd be so much easier if I hated like everybody. Like if I just didn't like people, I didn't like the people that work there. I do. And that's the truth. So yeah, so it was hard. I was sad. Because I know everybody, because I talked to everybody. I took my time to walk around, talk to whole departments, and just said goodbye. And everybody's excited for the move, but sad to see me go. So left with a good safety record. Maintenance team was super. They were sad. So yeah. So it was pretty hard to leave, but I did. And then today is weird because I don't have. This is the first time in at least 10, almost 11 years that I haven't had a phone that is connected to work. So my previous job, this job, I've always had two phones. I've always had some way to tap into, and I've had to like
two phones.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. And so now I walk around with one phone, and I was like, where's the other one? Like it's the first day of. As my father reminded me, it's kind of like retirement. That's what happens when you just like disconnect, and all of a sudden the first day that you come home and you're just like, oh, I have nothing to care about work now. I have plenty to do. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but anyway,
you wake up like, oh my God, I'm late. I gotta. Oh no.
Yeah, I know. I was up at 4 a.m. and I was like, literally, you can't do anything. Just go back to sleep. And I was like, even if I wanted to pack, I would wake Chris up. Like I can't do anything because you can't go to work because you don't have a job. Anyway, so it's some adjustment there, and I'm tirelessly.
So what you're saying is you're going to be raiding the area behind my garage trying to find stuff to sell.
We didn't talk about that. I sold a bunch of wheels on Facebook Marketplace, and yes, so we're trying to get rid of stuff, and I have sold some stuff. So today, actually, I didn't even add this here. I met a guy to sell some wheels, and the transaction went very well. And he's actually, so when I sell something, people look me up and see my profile, and they're like, oh, you're a racer, and oh, tell me about Mazdas, and oh, like I want to race them, I want to be faster, and you do lemons. And I'm just like, this is not what I planned, because usually you plan for the worst when you deal with Facebook Marketplace. I should have given him a sticker. Sorry, Juan.
But that is the upside of having all the stuff in your profile is, especially if you're selling car parts. Yeah, you're getting like the person who just offers you half of whatever you're asking. They have no idea.
I had less. Yeah, exactly that.
But like race parts tend to attract racers.
No, so I mean, I was selling Mazda wheels, and I had somebody who said they were up for a stock, but I sold them for a certain amount, and I got somebody just said right off the bat less than half, and I'm like, come on, whatever.
I'm gonna find this person who does these seminars and like the Holiday Inn Express ballrooms, and your get rich quick. Go on every marketplace and offer anyone half of whatever it is they're asking, and then always say cash at the end of it. And I'm going to find this person, and I'm going to stomp on their shins until they cry. I
know that I'm sure that people take it, but it was like, the first 15 minutes it's posted. I'm just like, it's one thing if it's been posted for a week and I haven't gotten any bites. Okay, fine, maybe, but like, come on. Anyway, and I'm just packing. Chris has been doing all this car stuff, as he said. So I am handling the house. So getting there. It's a lot, tiring. I have a couple more days to get stuff done.
I have done many times what you guys are doing.
Both of you have.
And there's never been a time when I was like, yeah, packing up the house. Nope.
I have a couple times when you get a box. This is how exciting my life is these days. When you get a box and like things are fitting really nicely, and then you're like, and then I found some other things that like I have this much room left in the box, and I'm like, oh, box over there, we'll make it so it doesn't dip in. Yeah. So that is the excitement in my life these days.
You're gonna be unpacking in a few months, and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, where's this part of that thing?
Oh,
what the hell was I thinking putting it in that box? What's the matter? God.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Basically, any box that comes in, you have to open it, because I literally have an appliance that I forgot a piece that is important over here that I don't even know where the appliance is. So yes, that's going to happen. But as you do, packing up a house. So
everything comes out of boxes in the first week. Rule. It's a rule. If it's not out of the box in the first week, it will never come out of the box.
Agreed.
Ever.
Well, we have plenty of like totes with like decorations and stuff, but I know that there's some boxes that weren't completely full that have other crap on them. So yes, every box will get opened. Whether it gets completely emptied will be different, but it will get opened. Anyway, enough about moving. I'm tired of it. Tim, what are you doing?
Well, I am happy to report I had a very uneventful trip across the country back to California. Boring is good.
How'd Stella do?
She did great. She did great. Yeah. She was super chilled. We'd get into the hotel after, 13 or 14 hour day, and she'd been sleeping all the whole time. Now she's like, hi, can we play? So like play with her for 15 minutes. And then it's like, all right, go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. So that was fine. And then I got back and,
we were figuring it was a not 0% chance you would show up at HPR.
If it was just me and the dog, it would have been a very high percentage chance. But we had to get back on Monday because Amy had to go to the office on Tuesday.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So it was a bit of a push to get home. And then I got to catch up on 3 months worth of yard work on Tuesday. So got a bunch of that done. And then I went to get my windshield repaired because I had a big giant rock chip in my new truck windshield.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. And then I went and picked up the race car trailer. So the brakes, the electric brakes weren't working on it from the last time it got used to go to Road America. And it was an easy fix. Something just got slapped up underneath the thing and cut a couple of the wires. So couple of butt connectors, some heat wrap, some heat shrink tubing, and some electrical tape. And that's back together. So then I was very excited. I was like, well, let me pull the race car out. I got to put a new high pressure fuel pump in, or so to swap tires around. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do. So,
hey, Tim, why does all that stuff have to happen to the TWAP?
Because I am going to the butt with racing with friends. There's a certain person on here that will be racing with me. Isn't that right, Mental?
Yep.
Yes. So
it is the annual SFPR invasion of the butt.
So much butt stuff. So I go to get the car out of the trailer, and there's something that's unique about the Pontiac Solstice, and some people really don't like it. And the fact is, the stock battery location is under the hood, but the only way to get to the battery out is to take the huge fender off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to take the fender off.
Same with Corvettes.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you do, GM?
When you've got a car in an enclosed trailer and the battery is dead, it makes it challenging to just simply replace the battery. So hooked it up to the battery tender, crossed my fingers. It fired up finally, got it out. So now I've got to get it prepped. So high pressure fuel pumps going in. I've got what looks like a little bit of an oil leak somewhere. So I'm gonna have to go underneath and see what it is. And then it's probably rear main seal is my guess. So that's going to be a post-race to do. But one of the big things that's on my to-do list is the back of my pickup truck now has 8 Pontiac Solstice wheels on it, in it with a bunch of tires that are half used that no longer fit my car because the car is now all Corvette stuff. So I'm going to Jeff Gates's place, and I'm going to spend 3 hours pulling rubber off of Pontiac Solstice wheels. So if there's any teams in here that want Pontiac Solstice wheels, $100, you can have all 8 of them. Doesn't matter. Get them out of here. So they're in good shape.
You can pick them up. Pick them up at the butt.
You can pick them up at the butt, or I can bring them somewhere else on my next race, whatever. I'll be driving to Texas in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So anywhere between here and Austin, Texas, you let me know. I mean, drop them off at your house. So I'll be happy to be getting rid of all of those wheels and just run Corvette stuff. So mental, we're going to be running a Zennies that have 1 day on them. And then I've got a whole pile of used RS4s as backups. And so we should be having
blah,
fun.
blah, 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 tires, car, whatever. What meat are you bringing for the smoker? I mean, let's focus on what matters here.
Stop
So I
it.
got
What meat?
8 racks of ribs we're going to be doing on Friday. Varelis is bringing tri-tip. And because we're celebrating Rick James's 60th birthday this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So,
fantastic.
So that's going to be a party for sure. So smoked meat galore.
Yes. That's going to be awesome.
I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it.
All right. Well, we appear to have temporarily lost Chrissy. My guess is she's unpacking a box to get something to drink.
Just
So
trying to find a spoon.
Yeah, exactly. So it's news and notes time.
Thanks, Mental. Good job. James Garner's legacy goes far beyond Hollywood, and he has one of the very few actors who could back up a racing role with real skill behind the wheel. For John Frankenheimer's 1969 classic Grand Prix, he trained with Bob Bondurant, learned to drive Formula One machinery, and spent months filming at Monaco, Spa, and Monza. Tough gig. Decades later, when he was 71, Garner returned to Monza for what was supposed to be a simple photo session in one of the cars from the film, but in true Garner fashion, he ignored the insurance paperwork and blasted around the circuit, grinning like a kid and joking about the new chicanes.
Oh my God.
This is all from a 25-year-old article suggested on our social media feed from Andrew Fankel Motorsports, the entirety of which is in our notes.
Wow.
Good for this guy. That's great.
Gosh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
He really
Go.
was the real deal. They actually, I remember reading an article where like Graham Hill was trying to recruit him. He's like, maybe if this acting thing doesn't work out, yeah, come racing. He did race for Mazda years later.
Fantastic.
Well, imagine bombing down the streets of Monaco with your favorite tune jamming, singing karaoke like a hero, but you run out of gas, not because you forgot to fill up, but because your Mazda straight up lied to you. Justin Hayes at Jalopnik tells us Mazda just recalled over 100,000 shiny new CX-90s and CX-70s because the gas gauge sometimes claims, hey, you got plenty of gas when your tank's emptier than a Spec Miata's trophy shelf. The culprit? Ethanol reacting with the sending unit's circuit board. It's creating a mystery gunk. Yes, that's the official technical term. And it scrambles the fuel gauge like a bad April Fool's prank. Instead of yanking tanks or redesigning parts, Mazda's fixing it with, you ready for this? A software update. So basically, they're teaching your car to stop gaslighting you. Free dealer reflash, problem solved. Until then, CX owners, you might want to keep a jerry can handy because nobody wants their SUV coasting to the pits like a sucker who ignored their gas gauge.
No people like that at all.
Well done, Mazda.
All right. We love our neighbors from the Great White North. Sorry, our parents are fighting. Andrew Collins at The Drive said an example of why. See, only in Canada can you get a DUI for ripping a Slurpee run in a Barbie Jeep. Yep, in Prince George, British Columbia, a dude rocking a Pit Vipers and Let's Do It the Dumbest Way Possible t-shirt decided to borrow his roommate's daughter's pink Power Wheels to cruise through traffic. The cops weren't impressed. Despite his careful hand signals, breath tests showed that he was over the limit, so the RCMP hit him with a 90-day driving ban, a court date, and an honor of being the only guy to fail a sobriety test while piloting a plastic toy with a top speed slower than the paddock speed limit. Turns out Canadian law says anything not powered by your legs counts as a motor vehicle. So yeah, Barbie Mobile plus booze equals big trouble. The good news, the kid got her Jeep back. Bad news, Dad Bod Ken is now has to Uber to get his Slurpees.
That's awful.
and kind of awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know you're drunk, but you're just like, well, this will get me there a little faster than walking.
I really feel like he could have
to-
walked. He really
Yeah,
could
I'm
have
going
walked.
to.
Yeah, it must have been
2
one of
miles
those
an hour.
really reliable ones. Like I think because I know that my mom gets ones that are from like Facebook Marketplace, and they may not make it, like if they go down the driveway, may not make it back up the driveway just because they're just unreliable batteries, whatever.
And that's with like the appropriate sized driver, as opposed to like
you're absolutely correct.
190-pound dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're correct.
Yeah.
You're like, you
40
get it there,
pounds
and you're
of
like,
Slurpee.
crap, I can't get home. That's fine.
Yeah, then you're just carrying the damn thing. All right. Hey, it is still time for racingjunk.com. Now, you cannot have a good wankle. Yeah, that's right. Without a healthy amount of Valvoline. I said Valvoline, not Vaseline. Get your mind out of the gutter. Or, in this case, $6,000. This is a really clean early spec RX-7 that appears to be race ready, including current safety items, fire bottle. It's got a 15-gallon cell, comes with many spares, as well as a cool shirt system. The price has been reduced, so I'm guessing if you throw a mildly decent offer on it, this guy might bite. It is in Fort Worth, Texas, and this guy, smart enough to spring for the pro membership. How do we know?
So
Because there are
many
19
pictures.
actually really good pictures of everything you
Mhm.
care about on one of these spec
Yeah.
RX-7s. And if you guys didn't know this, before he was a Lemons racer, this is how John Pagel got his start. He was a spec RX-7 guy. So
It's a nice car.
It really is. It's a
It
lot
really
of car
is.
for $6,000.
it is. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So, do a little joy scrolling, baby. And it's also it's NASA ST6. Now they got a ported motor and a bunch of other stuff. Weber side draft. It's got 1 weekend on this motor. It's been the motor is professionally built, and he built most of the guy that built most of the Spec 7 cars. It's got really good wrap, dude. Yeah, if you want to get into racing, this is a good one.
He's got six or seven NASA winner stickers on the window too.
Yeah.
So it's not a back of the pack car.
No, I don't know. I would bring this to Lemons because it's really, the body's on. It's really straight. And also, don't bring it to a Lemons race that I'm judging because I hate rotaries. But
Just
do some joy
invest
scrolling, man.
in
Go
a
to Racing
good
Junk.
muffler. That's all.
Or
Yeah.
A
two.
good muffler or two and a resonator.
Yeah.
Okay, upcoming races.
National Corvette Museum Lemons race is coming up this weekend. There
Corvette
are
magazine.
97 entries. Yeah. It is a Korean car bonanza as befits the Corvette track. There are also new teams with such Corvettes as a Plymouth Horizon and a 75 Monte Carlo and the return of the Dakota. Yeah, it's going to be a good race with 97 cars. That's a great turnout. Only 16 are BMWs, so it's a pretty good ratio, as boring as it is. 8 Miatas, 6 Hondas, 2 Porsches, 2 Probes, a Crossfire, a Saturn Ute, a Tercel, a Fifth Avenue, and more. That's a good field.
If I'm not mistaken, that Fifth Avenue still has its Lando roof.
Ooh.
Oh.
If it didn't, then that would be a problem. Hopefully it also has the opera lights functional, essential.
True.
Like, car doesn't run, but opera lights.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sold.
Mood
when can I come
Right?
get it?
Oh, we need that. Or that's your effort of like what you're putting into
It's
the
a
car.
Fifth Avenue. Like, what else are you going to do?
All right. All right, let's talk about recent results.
As mentioned, I was at High Plains judging with, I don't mean to oversell it. It may have been the greatest judging staff ever assembled. So Eric Rude, Tom Webb, Trapper, and some long-haired guy dressed like Ace Frehley. Overall, your winner on laps, Cole Fab. They're out of Arizona. They've got a couple different cars. They won in their boring BMW. It's a boring race car. It's a good team. They're good folks. We like having us around there. In your Class B, Taco Cat race car, spelled backwards, is Race Car Taco Cat. Subaru and
Mental
Brezza,
held up a taco cat for those of you who are listening.
they brought those
Remember,
as bribes.
audio show.
Yeah,
Yep.
everyone had, taco cat bribes. Class B was a battle. There were 5 cars in contention, probably right up until the last couple of hours of the race, and we were holding off writing that down until it got definitive.
Well, the fact that a Subaru won, like the Subarus don't win anything because you can always count on a Subaru to blow up. So, well, they used up all their luck this weekend.
Well, and like smart people who race Subarus, they underdrove the car, so good on them.
But they must have driven enough to win B.
Sure.
Yes. Your Class C winner was Max Moment Motorsports in their 2000 Lincoln LS. They've been bringing this car for a while, and we had a few moments where we didn't know they were going to pull it off. That was another great battle towards the end. They just kept going. Your organizer's choice. It was the Jiggy Express, car number 550. This was a previously raced 2000 Chevrolet Malibu. This was a team of like 8 just hopeless high school kids, but they absolutely would not say die. They failed lighting tech because they used single LED powered by watch batteries on the roof to light up. And we're like, guys, we need more light. So they went down to the gas station and bought more. And we're like, you're not following us on this one. And I mean, and like no lip, no back talk, no whining. They would just go and apply a solution. It was usually the wrong solution, but man, they just kept going at it.
They tried.
Yeah. In the middle of the night, we had a rainstorm. They got 3 spins. And so, I was the overnight judge. We had a long talk and I'm like, all right, guys, so what's your plan? And the kid just goes, I think we're just going to park it. We're so tired. And we're scared of spinning. We're just going to wait for the sun to come up. And the sun came up and off the car went. And they were just so darn nice. And I want you to remember that they're high school kids because we're going to talk about another award and this comes into play. Now, your heroic fix was the TMMI, and that is the Toyota something Indiana. It's that one that runs across the Midwest.
Toyota Motor Manufacturing, perhaps.
Yeah. The 99 Camry with the camo on it on there. It's a great team. They showed up with like 15 engineers. The whole crew was out there to support it. They blew the engine on Friday's test day, which did not start until noon. And they still got the engine swapped in time to make lighting tech Friday night. Just getting 15 engineers to do anything and actually get it done, that alone is impressive. So
it must be motivated
and organized, which normally they all argue too much. So judge's choice was Deerstang number 777. Now they showed up with a 2000 Ford Mustang, cheaty as shit. Just, oh my God, this was a drag car with more in the suspension than most cars have. It was a built LS1. They got a deal on it, but they were way out of the $500 range. And Eric Rude absolutely hammered them with penalty laps. The idea was to get them to zero it out before the end of the race. They did not. They made maybe 5 laps. Done.
Oh,
Kabloom. Stop bringing cheaty cars. All right. That's just karma. But what did they do? Did they whine? Did they complain? No. They went to Tom Webb, who was at the time in possession of the Neapolitan, the 1962 Nash Metropolitan done up in the ice cream colors, and said, can we borrow that, put lights on it, put our transponder and go race? Why? Why, yes, you can. And they took several hours. They got it ready to go. They put new belts, a fire system in it. And I don't want to say sent it, but they drove the Metropolitan. Their other car was a V6 Mustang. And somewhere after dark, the Nash passed the Mustang on the track. And they got like 20 something laps in this Nash Metropolitan as opposed to there. So there's a lesson. Stop trying to bring fast cars. And they all agreed the Metropolitan was way more fun. They were just out there laughing, having a time. What a great approach on that one. I got screwed. So remember when I told you about the Jiggy Express? So this was the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and this is a bunch of college engineering students from the Colorado School of Mines, and a 5-liter swapped Miata was their senior project, and they all graduated. They're like actual real engineers now driving trains, and they showed up with this V8 swapped Miata, and it was everything that all of us have been judges have come to expect from college engineering students. So it took them 3 times to get this thing to tech. We were all taking the over or under on how long it would last. Anyone care to guess?
10 laps.
Test day.
47.
Two laps.
Oh no.
2 laps.
Two really
blew it.
fast laps, though.
Nope, not at all. They had the stock differential and 195/15 tires. So just the bittiest tires. The front end was off of it. The air kind of thought about going through the radiator, but really just decided to go around the car. They blew the lower radiator hose. And when it pulled through, we could hear those we could smell those delicious smells of blown motor. They did get it back out towards the end of the race. The high school kids with the Chevy Malibu did like 6 times the laps of this Miata while they were out there racing. So there you have it. Our regional award, the Ford thing, found on road dead, fix or repair daily. Well, Eric came up with fully oopsed repairs delayed. And this was the number 129. There were a stack of rookie teams, but there were 3 rookie teams with brand new builds, all Ford Focuses. This was the only one that was running at the end of the race. Rally guys out of from south of the equator. And so they showed up naturally on like 800 treadwear snow tires. They had a great time. Good team out there. To the surprise of no one who was there, Halloween Meets Gasoline was Savage Orchid Racing. They are damn near unstoppable. There's every now and again they'll have to go up against a powerhouse like Hangar 13 or Salty Thunder and really earn it. But this one, there was neither of those teams were there, and they still didn't phone it in. They went full tilt. They had an entire ska theme. They had a dance off. They had a pancake breakfast Saturday morning. They created a fictional ska band of all the judges. There's pins of my face on my judge's robe now, like little pins of back in the day when you'd wear all your music pins on there. They just kept it going the whole time. Routine performances coming by. They gave us cans of tuna for the cans of Damocles penalty. And when a team earned the can of Damocles penalty, and that's where we take cans of either Spam or tuna, you wrap it in aluminum foil and you attach it to a heat source of your engine. And
I thought we weren't allowed to do that anymore.
Oh, no, we totally did that. And should you get another penalty, you will not be allowed on the track until your team has consumed all that is in there. Well, they didn't get another penalty, and the car stayed out there for like another 2.5 hours. And when they came back to see us after the penalties reset, one of the cans exploded. But while they were putting it on, there is a famous ska song called Bumblebee Tuna, and Savage Orchid sat there and performed Bumblebee Tuna while they were attaching this on there. And your winner, IOE, was Dumkov. They've got 2 cars, a Mustang GT and a Geo Metro, and almost every single time the Geo Metro outruns the Mustang because it just keeps turning laps. This particular race, it did not. The Mustang stayed intact and on course, but it's a Geo. It's a Geo Metro. It turns laps. That's the training car for all their people. And I think they came to penalty once in 24 hours. And they were just a little overdue for a IOE. So good on them.
Fantastic. Sounds like
Awesome.
Geo Metro.
Yeah. You want to go racing? Get a Geo Metro. They're great.
Yep.
Great. So the attitude was good. You had a good
Always.
time.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah. Just in High Plains, you guys have done there. There is a handful of aggro teams. I don't think they all stayed home for the 24. I think, nobody was like deliberately, there was some terrible driving, but nobody was aggro. So
how's the weather?
Very Colorado, 80 degrees, then thunderstorms, then, warm. And then got down into the 40s overnight. This is how cold it got. I had to put on socks.
Oh no.
What?
Right?
Do you
Right?
own any?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Let him up.
Somebody had bribed us with socks.
Heck
and
yeah.
They were like 2 a.m. They were still sitting on the thing. I'm like, well, I hope nobody wanted these because I'm putting them on.
Fantastic. Bribes for the
Emergency
win.
socks.
Bribes for the win.
So yeah, that's always a great time. Glenn and that whole staff out there, they always just do an extra great effort. And we'll talk about this in listener feedback, but the judges had a theme, and it was the kills. So we were the hottest band in the land, the Knights and Lemon service. So we all did personas of Kiss, and we rewrote the lyrics to Detroit Rock City and made it Deer Trail Rock City. And Glenn, the track manager who has his karaoke machine set up, went and found us Detroit Rock City, and one of the teams did perform our version, Deer Trail Race City.
Hell yeah.
And this is what was great about the team is like they were learning the lyrics and they were learning the rhythm of the song, and they had to look up who Kiss was and see them perform that song live. And then they turned before their final performance to go, well, do you guys have makeup? We have to put on makeup if we're going to be Kiss. And I went, you guys understand exactly what it is you're doing here. Fantastic. They put on makeup and they gave a great karaoke performance. It was awesome.
We don't have any makeup, but I've got a big jar of anti-seize.
And really thick
And
oil.
Axle grease.
Axle grease. There you go. Yes. Right. All right. Listener feedback time. On that note,
Mental posted a pic of those fantastic costumes the judges had, and Nicholas C. said, for those about to lemon, we salute you. B. Train said, it's hard to argue with that statement. I'll have to up my game. That's why they told me I'm the second best.
And I posted my process about chopping wood, and David Eckel said, I would do anything, but I won't do that.
I feel like you probably wanted to say that.
Yeah, definitely.
Why did you have to do that before you left? Like the wood will still be there in the spring when you get back.
That is true.
And then
That is
more
true.
wood will be on top of it.
But I want to get the wood splitter into the garage along with all the other things. And I didn't feel like dragging it back and forth and blah, blah, blah. So
Your excuse.
no better time than the present. Got it done. And then Eric J said, Eric JK said, David Eckel, wood can do 2 out of 3 things. That ain't bad, right?
And on the YouTube, it's probably fine, said the Edmonds Fitzgerald theme just kept snowballing through the weekend. Someone would come up with another stupid idea and we just added to the car. This only intensified once the clutch exploded because we didn't have anything else to do. I listened to that song roughly 1,438 times in 3 days. Trophy was earned. And at Michael K said the tech line was the slowest I've ever experienced in close to 30 races. I guess this continues. They needed to end the parade at 8 p.m. Said it last year and the prior year with excessive rain and cold. This time was perfect weather, and yet all the locals were gone by 8, and judging was complete. We will hang out with our lemons peeps back at the paddock. Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh, okay.
Well, people that didn't go to the parade did not get as favorable treatment in their classing decisions, that's for sure. But yeah,
Good.
Tech was definitely a problem. Everybody knows that. And I think they're going to do some things differently next year. So, yep.
Well, and there have been some slow tech lines this year because Pagel is aggressively deputizing a number of tech inspectors, and it's a very selective process and it's extensive training because we don't want anyone to die.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who else doesn't want anybody to die?
You know who else is usually done by 8 o'clock, regardless if it's cold or not?
Usually stays up late, but yeah. Okay.
You know who's probably never worn a Kiss costume?
Correct.
Sure. Yeah.
You win.
Mhm.
Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Hello.
Chrissy's mom.
Chrissy's mom.
Okay, it's big time.
Corvette
So,
magazine.
Yeah, what he said. Mental,
Corvette magazine.
you're going to NCM.
I am going to NCM. I'm
Talk
not
to us
judging.
about it.
No,
Tell us more.
I'm
What's
going to go
going on?
driving with Skinny Coyote.
Did he get the engine, a new engine in that BMW? Nope.
Bringing the Miatas.
How many
Bringing
wheels are
boring
going to fall
Miatas.
off? What's the over/under on wheels falling off?
2.
I would not bet against the wheels falling off. Yeah, because last year I think they were batting about 700 for
I
wheels
think it was
falling off.
three
of Miatas.
races in a row. I think they lost a wheel.
It was pretty bad. So, but here's what truly matters is your Lemon Supreme Court Co-Chief Justice B-Train himself. All right, and they are coming with a theme, and it's going to be. He sent us a media, or he sent us so they are bringing it, and of course you can't do NCM without Justice Shelley, so that is a dynamic duo. But it's not enough. They're also bringing Randy C. And the man responsible for all of your Lemons World's videos, John, is coming as well. So it is going to be an excellent combination of Lemons folks out there.
What?
So B-Train sent me a note about Road America, and he said there was a team 2 years ago at NCM that did a Velocipaster theme, but they had not watched the movie. So he said you need to go watch the movie and come back and do it proper. And he hasn't seen them yet. So he was hoping they were going to be a Road America. But they weren't there. So maybe they'll be returning to NCM. So if you are that team, bring the Velocipaster theme and bring it hard. B-Train is so anxious to see it.
Yes, and actually, I had to look this up. So it's Randy Clark, Shelley, B-Train. Those are the judges. And with them not being like actually any of the, full-time employees of Lemons, their theme is when you order your Lemons judges on Temu. So, and if you know any of those 3 people, much less all of those people, you know that judge theme is not going to be weak. So your theme better be on point, or Shelley is going to mock you incessantly and everyone will laugh.
She will send you away to go buy something.
She will know where the nearest Party Galaxy or the Spirit Halloween store is. You will get directions.
You will.
Fantastic. Here's the info you need to know. Thursday, gate opens at 5. Gate closes at 10 for you to get an armband. Friday, gate opens at 7. 8:30 to 5:30 with a lunch break is the optional test day. $500 a car, up to 4 drivers with advanced registration. That's an extra $50. If you do it day of event, the registration link is on the event page. Noon to 5 is BS and tech. There are tech times. That's your time. Please show up at that time. Thank you very much. Gear tech is the same, noon to 5. 5:45 is track walk. And if that's a walk, no motorized vehicles.
Look at you, Chrissy.
Yay!
No motorized vehicles, but it's going to take a while. This is a long track to walk. So
You better get out there right when the gates open.
And if you happen to have a Razor scooter, be careful going down the sinkhole. You might die.
Dude,
Yep.
I had the death wobble, and Chris was watching me, and it was like, you're going to have a face plant, and it's going to be terrible. And I got it.
Yeah. Just walk down it.
You jumped off and took really big steps.
I did. I ran next to it, and then I was like, please don't fall on my face. Yeah.
Yep.
It's real.
Yep.
The full course is 3.15 miles if you go to walk that. So you will need all of the time.
Yep. Quiet hour, 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. and registration closes at 9 on Friday.
Saturday, 7 a.m. gate registration opens. 8 a.m. quiet hours end. 9 o'clock is the mandatory drivers meeting. We will go to grid at 9:30. Show up early. Don't waste your time getting there late. It takes a while to get everybody teched. From 10 to 5:30 will be race session 1. And then we have quiet hours again from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. So no loud music or engines of any kind. 7 p.m. gate registration close. No armband, no entry and gatey. Sunday, we have a 7 a.m. gate registration will open again. Race session 2 will be from 9 to 4 p.m. Awards promptly after at 4:30. And at 6 p.m., Kentucky Jorts Club meeting featuring all C5 Corvettes will show up. You better get scarce and get on out of there.
Is that real? That's real? No.
Every day, every Sunday at 6, they show up.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep, they've got their placards, their lawn chairs. It's dangerous.
Shorts and
They will
Nikes.
happily tell you why their car is one of one.
Yep. My Corvette is best Corvette. Yes.
Yep. Now, NCM is a complicated track.
Yes.
I remember when Chrissy and I first drove this, it was on one lap of America. We show up to the hotel and we have a little bit of time, not much, but a little bit of time that night. We said, let's watch some track video. And we're pretty tired at this point, but still, we watched a track video and said to each other, like, I have no idea.
Where are we?
What is
Like,
even going on?
You start watching, you get on track, you're like, turn. I'm at turn 3, 4, or 5. And I was like, I don't even know where we are. What?
I said, it's like if I have this string in my hand and I drop it on the ground. That's what the track looks like pretty much. So, it is a tough one to remember. Patience is key to success too. You got a lot of late apexes. You're going to get lost if you haven't been there before. You've got to do some reconnaissance the best you can before you get out there. Otherwise, you're going to be lost.
It's fast. There's so many parts of this track where you are foot buried kind of over a blind crest.
Yeah. If you're going to lose a wheel, though, I suggest doing it in the bus stop.
It's great.
There's a lot of room for the wheel to travel and
bounce past you and a nice corner station that was like, why are you here? And you're just like, that.
I have no wheel.
That. And then they watch the wheel bounce past you.
Yep.
I couldn't even tell you what year that was, but we have it there. It's on the video. So
Yep. Iceman himself lost the wheel. Wait, what?
Right?
Lost a wheel.
Lost a wheel.
Coming to a stop.
Yep. I'm safe. It's all good.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yep.
Yes, I'm fine.
We're talking about Chris, just in case you're not following.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following that, Chris lost a wheel.
Chris lost a wheel.
All right.
Okay. All right, Mental, you're going to walk us through. Who's
Mental,
walking us through?
You've been to this track much more recently than the rest of us. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Then we'll comment as we can.
As you mentioned, lots of corners drop. There are 23 identified corners on this racetrack in 3.15 miles. And a lot of this is full out. So you are going to exit the pits. And as you exit the pits, not unheard of, several of the tracks, you're actually going to miss turn 1 and you're going to go straight out. So as you are going through, if it gets crowded, they will have Dale or somebody there that will be waving you or holding you depending on what the traffic looks like. But you're going to want to kind of clear over your right shoulder and make sure that nobody's coming there. They do have a blend line and people adhere to it, but you're also flirting with disaster a little bit. So you're coming into that and you're going straight out. So if you're leaving pit out, you're actually going to start in turn 2. Now, this is a long sweeper with a late apex and there's good visualization, but it fools you. And a lot of people are going to want to try and turn early, which screws them into going into turn 3. So you want to actually use as least amount of steering to put as you possibly can, and you want to let the car come all the way out to the left side out of the apex. It's a traditional 90-degree apex, but you want to bring your tires almost all the way out. There are rumble strips, and then it is paved path to rumble strips. You want those rumble strips under the center of your car as you are going through. And when they end, you're already set up for turn 3. Another 90 degrees, very slight uphill, but it goes into a very fast straightaway, slight hill, and a slight curve, but you're going to keep your foot in it all the way through. So you want to get out of 3 properly, because otherwise, if your car falls on its face, you're just going to get blasted by everybody as you're coming through. And you're going to get set up into the Corvette curves, which leads you into 4. And 4 is a gentle kind of left-ish turn. Also very high speed. You're in your highest gear. You're just kind of, if you're in a super fast car, you might brush the brakes, but really don't have to. And that's bringing you into 5, which is a high speed, 90-degree late apex turn, but it is very long and very wide. As you are coming into 5, the flag station is deep to your left. You're going to want to get a glance at that one, because that is telling you what is happening in 5 and 6. The track is very wide coming into it and then narrows very quickly into 6. So make sure you see what's going on into that one. As you throw the car into 5, you want to build up to this one. If you've never been on this track, it is a slow confidence building maneuver. A lot of people are going to come into there very, very fast. And if you're not familiar with it, don't do it, because it can go wrong. So it's a big power sweeper to the right, and get all the way to the outside, and almost immediately you're going to jump on the brakes, because you've got a tight 90-degree right-hander downhill. Actually, it's probably closer to 100 degrees as you're coming into that one. There is a flag station right there. Make sure you put eyeballs on that one, because there is stuff that is happening you can't see, and that flagger will save your bacon. So get all the way out, traditional outside, inside, outside as you are coming down the hill, but you have no chance to rest, because once the car touches the outside, you need to set up for turn 7, which is where this hill bottoms out, and it's another 90 degrees to the right. So you've got all the suspension and all the grip that you're going to have right there, but the pavement is still a little tricky, and sometimes the other cars around you aren't as slick as you are. Now, you don't come all the way out on this one. I like to come right about to the middle, because now you've got a roughly 115, 120 degree left-hand turn uphill into 8 as you are leaving 7. So it's a bend that gets you into 8. Again, flag station to the right, slightly uphill. They can see what you can't. So get eyes on those flag stations. Tap the brakes, set the nose of the car. Come into the inside. So you're going from the middle of the track on 7, setting yourself up, and then coming all the way to the inside, and let the car come all the way out as you are exiting 8, which sets you up for 9. It's level, it's high speed, and it's a slight bend to the right. You want to look through this corner and start paying attention on what's going on in 10. 10's a hairpin. So as you're coming into 9, get it on there, let it track out, get it all the way back to the right-hand side to set up for 10. Now, 10 is almost 2 turns, but you still just take it as 1. So get yourself on the outside passenger side, get in there, look where you're going to go, see if anybody's going to nose or dive bomb you, get set up, check that flag station, come into 10. There are rumble strips on the outside. You want to get the passenger side of the car on those rumble strips. And then when your brain is telling you to turn, wait a breath, and then execute a very, very, very tight left-hand turn to exit out of 10. There is rumble strips and then pavement. And again, if you're doing it right, you straddle those rumble strips as you are exiting 10 and set up into 11. Now, the 11, 12, and 13 complex is what they call deception. A lot of people are going to jump on the brakes there, because as you exit 11, which is just a slight bend to the left, and then you're setting up for I'd say 80-degree turn to the right, where in the middle of the turn, you're cresting a hill, and then it's slightly downhill. So you're going to get light on your suspension, and you're going to want to know where it is. A lot of people are going to overbrake. Be prepared for that. Don't run into the back of them. Have your exit plan if traffic backs up. As you get over deception, car gets a little light, let it float to the driver's side, and as soon as the suspension settles, you get on the throttle, and that sets you up into 13. This is a long sweeper turn with really good visibility. So get your eyes all the way down the track. There are 2 flag stations you can see there. Make sure you see what they're talking about, because then you're going to get back into a blind section on this one. But get on the left side, get your brake markers on the right side, get on the gas, let the car float all the way out to the right, and then start checking out the flag station for turn 14 on the left. As you are coming into that one, you are going to, it's all high speed. If you're not in a high speed car, get a glance into your mirrors, look for the fast guys, because they've already figured out where they're going to go around you. So just be predictable. But you come flying into what is called tabletop. Now, tabletop is a good straight flat section that is setting you up for Faux Rouge, which is another high speed sweeper slightly to the left, which lines you up for 16. 16 is a crest and then a steady state turn to the right. As you are going downhill, you will hit the bottom, back up, and then it tightens as you're going through. It's easy to master, but you're going to take a few laps if you've never seen it before. So let the car come all the way out to the left, find your apex, point the car at it, hold that car. The track will come to meet you on the passenger side, and then it will fade away from you as you gradually go back out to the driver's side, exiting 16 at the top of that ridge. This is called Rock House. It's called Rock House because to the left, behind some shrubberies and some trees, is an unoccupied house with a stone exterior. So that's called Rock House. You've got just a breath to settle the car, and then you got to be hard on the brakes because you are entering into the sinkhole complex, and that is 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then you're climbing out of it in 21. So as you come into the Rock House, it is a slightly less than 90-degree right, set up, outside, inside, outside, come back all the way to the outside. 18 is a slight downhill. 18 is a steady radius turn to the right, and then it goes right into 19 without a straightaway. And that point, the ground drops away from you. So you come into 18, you are losing traction. The track is rolling away from you. It's a right-hand turn, and then it's going to tighten and drop. So have the suspension set. You will crest that drop. The car will drift a little to the driver's side. You tighten it back up, get it to the outside of the track because 20 is at the bottom, and that is called sinkhole. You will get to the bottom of that hole. You're now immediately going from a steady state right turn where the car is loaded up to swapping complete directions. There will be cars that cannot master this, and they will lose traction and loop. Be aware of this. But if you do it right as you enter into 20, which is another constant radius turn uphill, you have all of the grip. You will have tire rub. It is so great coming out of that when you get it right. And if you see a car that's drifting a little bit, you can even grab the inside where the pavement's a little rougher. And it's not the perfect line for speed, but it is the perfect line for grip. If you can get on the inside of a car and you've got something a little more maneuverable, you can get around faster cars coming into 20. You will climb out of sinkhole, and you have basically the final set of S's, 21, 22, and 23. Chris mentioned when we started this track walk, patience. This is one of those things where it's patient. You want a steady speed as you are going through 21, which is a right-hand, roughly 70-degree turn. As soon as the car takes a set, you're going to unwind the wheel. You have a breath where it sits flat. You go and do exactly the same thing in exactly the opposite direction. That is 22. Touch those inside curbs. That is going to set you up on the passenger side of the track. Get on that gas. Let it take a set for 23, which dumps you onto the very long straightaway. Something to pay attention to between 22 and 23 is sometimes the exits for the pits. I believe the way Lemons runs it, the pit exit is actually way back at the entrance to the sinkhole, 18. And if you're not looking for it, you're going to miss it. And then you're going to have to go 3.15 miles around again. Oh man, I'm sorry. And this is always very funny when you've got a black flag, because there are black flag stations typically at 12, at 15, at the start finish, and they're now angrily pointing at you because you're not paying attention. The straightaway is, I would, and you guys correct me, comparable to NJMP. It's a good long straightaway with a lot of sight lines. Cars will get 3 wide. They will get through it. So know
It's
how
got a-
fast your car is. Know who's coming
Got a
up behind
wall,
you.
a solid wall on one side.
There
with
is a
no
solid
grass.
wall on
Left,
one
left
side.
side, yeah.
Yeah. So settle into position, take a breath, wiggle your fingers, sweep the gauges. If you've got crappy radios, this is the time to call your team, and set up as you come into 1A. And 1A it's a bus stop. So there's 1A and B. So you'll come all the way down the straightaway. You are going faster than you think. So ease into those braking zones, back your braking zones up, and then start to push it as the day goes on. But recognize that you are going to be running out of brakes as the day goes on. As I discovered last year when I raced this track and I came into 1A, I was the last guy in the car. I put my foot onto the brakes. Nope. Nothing. Nope. Went right through the chicane. Yeah. Blew straight through that. Reported to a black flag. They all missed it. I was a little bummed because it was a glorious, absolute off track. And when I went to go back on the track, Dale was like, "Hey, that was a really good off track there. You didn't even hit any of the cones." So at least I got recognized. So 1A, you'll see everyone kind of grab the curbing coming into that. It's actually fairly forgiving curbing, but don't be fooled. That's the right-hander. As you cut back to the left, that curbing, not as forgiving. It's going to upset the car. It's going to give you a lot of grip on the outside. So if your car can handle that, fine. But if you're not a up on the curbing kind of driver, ease into that one as well. And you don't want to go full whole hog into it. I would say maybe a tire width onto the curbing as you're exiting 1A and then setting up into 1B. Once the car settles, foot to the floor, because 1B is the right-hander that sets you up into 2. Make sure nobody's coming down that blend line. Get some. And 2 is a great place to pass a comparable car that maybe has a tendency to get on the brakes too early. I know that was a lot. I went through it all very quickly. You guys were supposed to jump in and you didn't. And I'm feeling a little self-conscious about that.
No,
now.
you did a good job.
Yeah.
I've also never been there, so I don't have a lot to contribute.
It was,
Okay.
That was a lot. And I told you about my Razor scooter experience. So that's what I got.
It's
Well done.
Yeah, it's a great track. There's a couple places where you can take some breaks, but it's if you're not used to going fast for most of your stint, you're going to want to watch some video and you're going to want to prepare for that.
I think you're going to want to do that no matter if you've been on the track or not, if you have a fast car or not, if you have been there or not. I think you should watch video and with your finger on a track map to remind yourself exactly where you are, because as Chris said, and we said before, this is very technical and you probably need to know where you're going.
Yep.
So
Valid.
A lot of turns. A lot of turns.
Yeah.
The paddock, it's big and open. There's
Big.
I think there's 8 powered RV spots. So if you didn't pay for one, don't take somebody else's spot. There's a great go-kart track there. There is an O'Reilly's, an AutoZone, and a Napa, all within 10 minutes. Fast food, all just on the other side of the freeway.
You can see gas from the track.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So for convenience, probably one of the better courses Lemons runs, because everything's right there. Number of
Yep.
hotels. There's and then all the fast food places with breakfast and
Like
everything.
right
That's
off
all-
of a strip. So
Yes, exactly. Excellent Mexican restaurant just down the street.
is there there used to be a food truck there. I don't know if it's permanent or not. And I would imagine there's a potluck because they do that, but I have nothing on it. So if there's a potluck, you should care about that and you should sign up for it.
Yes. On occasion, they have brought a food truck there. I don't know how predictable any
Okay.
of that is, but yeah.
I think the couple
just
times
comes
we've been
down
there,
to
it has been kind of in the middle of like the sets of garages, like the one area.
Yeah, there's because it's they have excellent bathrooms, clean bathrooms. There's a pro shop there, so if you forgot something, You can go buy the stuff there.
You
So-
mentioned go-karts. There's go-karts there, I think.
There's
I'm
a
sorry,
great
yeah.
go-kart track in the parking lot. Don't go there and be a tool, because they have low tolerance for shenanigans, especially, with Lemons racers. But the track is actually very Lemons friendly. They just don't want you bashing up their cars or their go-karts on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be a lot of folks doing that one. There is a noise limit. It's 180 decibels. There's in order to get permission to build the track, they had one person, and they had to get them to sign off on it. And the way they did it was they have a decibel meter going into turn 2 where
Oh.
this person's house is.
Wow.
And if you get tagged, I think you get like 2 shots, and then the track is going to invite you to find
Ready to go.
racing elsewhere, because they're just
Wow.
it's a tenuous relationship, as most of them are.
Dumb.
And on the forums, they are telling everybody, to the maximum extent possible, wear your jorts, get your New Balances.
As they do.
Do it. Do it.
So I have not seen no, I do not believe there is a scheduled potluck for this one. Sorry.
I'm sure the
Crazy.
judges. I bet you the judges will be on it.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah. Especially B-Train did the last one. It's interesting.
And there have been some absolutely I think kind of depressing. One of the last potlucks I remember going to, Zach drove up, wasn't even racing. He drove up just to do the potluck. And brought his dog, and
we did all the potluck at the last one because nobody else signed up for it. So, well, that's sad. Then bring stuff and put it on a table and ask people to show up and see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we can't help you because we're not going to be there.
Nope.
But sounds great. Have so much fun.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I want to do that track.
It's a good one.
Yeah. It is. There's we've had this conversation. A good track challenges you, but immediately rewards you when you study and you work and you master these corners. But then you realize, there's nuance here. And NCM is definitely, at every level you're racing, there's going to be something for you to learn.
And actually, so this is 97 cars and a 3-mile track is really good. That's plenty of room to breathe. So you will not be just sitting in traffic waiting for people to turn. So that's good.
There will be points when it will just bind up.
Oh, sure.
Because it gets wide and then it gets narrow, then it's wide.
Absolutely. And then there's a lot of just like hard braking and turning, so yes, you're going to, but it's a good number for this track. Yeah.
Check your brakes Saturday night, because I bet you need to swap your pads.
How about wheels too? Make sure your wheels are on. And you lost a hub or something. So that was, you couldn't have done about that, but make sure your wheels stay on, because that would be great.
On scale of good to bad.
They're kind of important.
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, have a great time.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear about it.
And hey, legitimately, because there are a lot of Southern racers who've got a lot more laps around that. What did I miss? What sucked about my track walk? Tell us in the comments. We'll incorporate it for next year.
Or what to make sure that people know about.
Yeah, let's throw it in the doodly-doo. Throw it in the comments. Hey, Mental totally missed this one corner. Don't go die.
That's usually the answer. Yes, that is
Don't
great.
die.
Don't die.
That's great support right there. All right. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah. So your future neighbors, Apex Adjacent Podcast, to quote them.
They were at 24, weren't they?
They were. It was great. I got to see Dave, Andy, and they had their Cowabunga Volkswagen Cabrio that they had bought a week before last year's HPR race. They had some clutch issues, but Ian didn't catch fire this year, and that's always because one year he caught fire twice. So that's always an upgrade. So
much better. Well done.
Much more gooder. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Also, last chance to buy your raffle tickets for the
Lemons of
Rambler?
Love, Albert Wenzel.
double
Yes.
IOE winning Rambler. Yeah. Get in there. Link is in the show notes down there.
And that's
Buy a ticket.
don't kid yourself. That's a great car. Is it a Corey Dickman cage?
It is a Corey Dickman build.
Yeah. So, I mean, hell, that alone's worth the price of admission. I believe we do have that link in our show notes still.
It is.
Yes. Excellent. Yes.
Right there.
Race Raven.
Classy AF. I mean, classy ORG.
And honestly, it's both. You know it. We know it. There it is. Right there. Get your tickets. Donate now. Lemons of Love. Fantastic. Double IOE winner. What a cool car.
Such a cool car.
Such a cool car.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's keep the shiny side up mental when you're racing. And we'll see you next time then.
Yep. Good luck with your cardboard.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at everyone.racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /E1R. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those